Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name's Steve, and if you're new to this channel, these videos are all about digging deeper on the cost of ownership. That is currently my Porsche 992 Carrera 2. In today's video, we are going to run through the running costs that I've incurred on the first year of ownership and also take a quick look at some of the renewal costs. This video actually accompanies the previous video, which was how much the car lost me in the first year. And if you want to see that one, I have put it in the description box below. Now, if you're familiar to the channel, you'll know that I have done some 5 things videos. There is actually a playlist if you want to check it out. But one of those videos is actually 5 running costs on the 992. Now, we're going to logically run through those costs here. Some of them aren't quite applicable and I'll knock them straight off. But the 5 running costs were as follows. We start with the road tax, then we have insurance, then we have fuel, then we have service, and the final one is tyres. Now, just to update you, I've only done 4,000 miles in this car and it is not yet due a service. The service interval on the Carrera 2 is 2 years or 20,000 miles. So at the moment, after 1 year, I've done 4,000 miles. I am likely to hit the service interval for 2 years before I'm likely to hit 20,000 miles, which is probably going to be February or March in 2022. The next point we can knock off is tyres. I've only done 4,000 miles in this car so far. All the tyres do look good at the moment, but I have bought a digital tyre gauge. The next video that's going to follow this one, if you want to subscribe and see that, it is going to be me walking around the car, bringing up any points, things that I didn't mention previously, things I've learned about while I've driven it further in the year, and I will also go through the tyre wear by using the digital tyre gauge across the outer, inner and middle to give you the tyre wear on all 4 tyres for anybody that wants to see what it was like after 4,000 miles. So the first one is the road tax, and I've been through this previously. It is £1,280. I think I was registered in the March just before the price went up last year to £1,305. So I've scored a little bit there, but that was the first year. I have just renewed the second year, and as it should be, it is at £475 for the second year, which will continue till the 5th until it reduces itself down to £150. The next one is insurance. Again, I've already mentioned how much that one cost in the previous video, but it was £804. I also took out gap insurance, which is return to invoice insurance, and the details are on the screen there from the place that I bought the car for as an explanation. I will get the book value from the insurance company, and the return to invoice will make up the difference to the original price I paid for the car, theoretically enabling me to go back and order a new car with all that insurance money. On that insurance front, the renewal. Now, the renewal was an interesting one. I actually got a renewal email from comparethemarket.com in February. The cheapest cost on that insurance was Sheila's wheels at £1,582.29. That cost is nearly double what I paid from Admiral for the first year. Not going to accept that, obviously. None of the bigger companies were on there. So what I did was I did another comparison in March, and it came back the same. And the most expensive one on that, which I'll show you as well, was budget insurance, and that was £4,855.68. Now that is just terrible. I'm not going to accept either of them. So after getting all of that and seeing what it was, I actually went back to Admiral to see what my auto renewal figure was going to be, and that was coming in at about £1,220. After I rejected that renewal, they brought it down to about £1,050. I still wasn't happy with that. That wasn't as cheap as the previous year. I had another year's no claims bonus. So I asked them to remove the named driver. That named driver actually took it down by £250, and we are now at £796 for the renewal for this year. Now, last but not least, and probably the most interesting one to anybody that's on here, because I haven't actually been able to work out the full total until the full year passed, but the last one is fuel. Now, I've previously been through, I've totted it up, and the last time I checked on the fuel was back at the end of January, so I've only got 1 more month to add to the total of that. So if I bring up the final total from January on the screen there, that came to £730. Now in February I filled up that car twice, which adds another £35 and £72 to that total, which brings us to a complete total of £837 for the 12 months. Now I ticked over 4,000 miles on the odometer for the beginning of March, which means that is the coverage for all of that fuel cost. So if we work out the miles per gallon as so, we start with our total on the screen of £837. I've approximately on average been paying £1.28 a litre for my premium 99 fuel. That brings me to a total of 654 litres. 654 litres into gallons is 144. 4,000 miles divided by 144 gallons brings us to an average of 27.78 mpg. So as per the WLTP figures on that Porsche website that we've just seen, I am slightly above. Now I have averaged some of those figures out and rounded them up, but I'm a little bit above. If I'm a little bit off, then if I'm lower, then that's fine. I'm in the band. If I'm higher, then even better. That's great. Now that entire total for the first year comes to £2,923.50, including that bottle of washer fluid. For the second year, I've so far incurred £475 and £796, which is the road tax and insurance. Fuel, I think, will probably go up a little bit. I expect to do a few more miles, and I think that probably service will creep in there at the end of the 2 years, and depending on how the tyre review goes on the next video with the digital gauge, I'll probably be able to estimate whether I'm going to need any tyres. People have said the rear tyres go quite quickly on this car, so I'll be able to find that out when I do the tyre gauge. Again, don't forget to subscribe to be able to see that next video when it comes up. So thank you for watching, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you again in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.